Alrighty guys, and welcome back in. Today we're going to be spawning in, let me just move the disco ball up. We're going to be spawning in on the Fractured Cowshed. Alright, now what do we know about the map? It is very survivor-sided. I'm in the center of the board, or just shy of it. I'm not really wearing many colors that can help me hide, if that makes sense. I am looking nice and bright. I also know we're going to be versing a Spirit. Now, Spirit is a very commonly picked killer. She's very strong for how easy she is to play. Now, with add-ons, the Spirit can be a devastating weapon and in the right hands as well. That being said, I am in a pre-made right now. I'm in a 3-man Swift with 1 solo queue player. I kind of want to work through my objectives as quickly as possible because I don't want to hang around in a trial against the Spirit. Even though this map is favored towards survivors, I don't feel that I'm going to be able to hide well enough from the killer in the corn if it is required. Now, this map is very large and it is kind of open as well, keeping in mind that a lot of the jungle gyms you are looping at, you can actually see the killer through, even if it's just a little bit, like the cracks we can see in the wood to my right-hand side. Now, the guy that did just originally get hit on the left-hand side of the bottom hand of the screen that you can see, the guy that did get hit is no longer in chase of the killer. That either means the killer is standing stationary and going for phase attack, or the killer is actually let go of that chase. I already know the answer based on the fact that person did go down. I also know that I want to rotate on the objective and work on the opposite side. That way, if she has barbecue and chili, it's going to be a harder experience for her to physically see me and know where to go. Totem's already gone. Wasn't Horn of Ground. I'm under the assumption now that it was Ruin. Got another teammate unaccounted for during this entire experience or ordeal. That's a very long hook. What does that mean? It means she's either taking him to the basement or she's taking him away from the basement. Therefore, taking him away. I understand the value in hooking away from the basement based on the fact that sometimes you want the person to be saved sooner rather than later. The later they get saved, if you come back to the hook, it can cost you a lot more time as opposed to a premature early save. Now, I don't want to be premature here and go in for the save, but if the right opportunity presents itself, like somebody else takes a hit, I will go for the save. Otherwise, I want to work on this gen. Having another gen being completed, I don't really think the killer is going to be coming back. The crow hasn't been disturbed, so there's no one in this direction right in front of me. Crows will take 15 seconds to come back. Shears Iron will, I think. No, she's crying. Killer might actually have Strider. I will give her a heal. I'm a little nervous. I'm looking at the heal bar. It's not going down or taking a longer period of time. Therefore, we're not versing Sloppy Butcher. We'd obviously know on the bottom right-hand side of the screen if we were versing a perk called Thanatophobia. Therefore, Killer has nothing to enhance how long it or decrease how long it's going to take us to heal. 2 people on a gen is going to get it done in 47.5 seconds. Numbers are a little off today. I do apologize. All right, stacking on it is a good call. Now, I know the guy is my obsession to the left. That could be Rancor on the killer's behalf. I don't actually know. It could mean he also has Decisive Strike. That being said, I want to get this generator done. I want to do another gen in the middle of the map. We got one in the Red Barn done. I think the Red Barn is one of the strongest jungle gyms you can have on this entire map. Therefore, you should realistically leave that jungle gym towards the end of the game and not try and complete that generator. However, in solo queue, some people do just do the closest generator because they try and get as many blood points as possible, much like they all run in for saves when sometimes you're playing Survivor and you're working on a gen right beside somebody on a hook because you want to complete the gen before you hook save, and somebody will come running across the board because they want the easy 1500 blood points. Now, what do we know? We got the generator done. We've had another teammate hit. I'm going to go through the middle of the map. That generator right there has my name on it, and it looks like I have picked up a friend. I could search the chest. It looks like the gen is almost completed and somebody else is on the gen. Therefore, I will search the chest. This gives the killer 1 generator left. That's just very hard for them, but what has the killer been doing? The killer's been committing to their chases for a long period of time. They chase this person until they caught him, and then they are chasing another person. I'm going to go into the assumption they're going to continue to chase this other person until they catch him. This generator is more than halfway done too. Remember, each piston on a generator roughly represents 22% of a completed generator. 2 pistons moving very fast, therefore over 44% completed. As we can see, 3 about the 66, and then 4 will be about the 88% completed mark as well. Looks like that's going to be a really quick and smooth game. If my teammate has BT, we're going to be living the dream. Now, saving a toolbox for the end of the game, not BT, Adrenaline. Saving a toolbox for the end of the game is a very clever thing to do if you think the killer's going to be coming in towards the objective. Well, the killer didn't come in based on the fact I'm going to go under the assumption that the killer is committing to a chase after the same player. They've chased 2 people this entire game right now, and it looks like NOED's going to be able to come back and help the killer maybe secure 1 or multiple kills. This just goes to show you the sheer power behind the perk called No One Escapes Death. It allows you to have an additional 4% movement speed and a one-hit down available, unlimited times, providing the totem has not been broken. So now my objective is to run around the board and try and find a totem, and then go for the basement save against a spirit who has no real reason to leave the basement because there's an exit gate to the right-hand side. I can already see somebody in that corner, so I'm going to check on the middle of the map right now and see if I've got something over here to work with. Remember, the totem can spawn in the corner. It can also spawn in this little area to the left-hand side here. No totem here. Unlucky. Just going to keep having a bit of a gander around and see if we can get lucky in breaking it. Trying to run in there without a form of instant down is, well, without a form of stopping her instant down is going to be devastating. Now, I can see the killer was over here still. There is a totem spawn over here, and this is very ambitious for me to try and come in and break the totem. Totem spawn is actually pretty close too. It's right here. Okay, it's not a lit totem. I'm gonna come back for him. I could try and risk it and run down there and save him. But that would have just caused me to go down then. Why would she leave the guy in the basement? The only reason I think she'd do that would be she's either going to a very close door or her totem's very close and she wants to check on her totem. So let's have a little bit more of a look here and see if I can see anything. I don't want my teammate to die first hook. I'm going to give it up for my allies to look for the totem. I'm going to drop the toolbox. That way I can hide my hand a bit better. I want to be a hero, but I don't want her to see me. She's really not leaving. She's coming in with this one kill. It just goes to show you how powerful this perk really is. This one perk forces multiple people away from the objective, which is saving this man from the ground. The thing is, I'm happy to run in there and trade with him, but I don't even think I can trade if she's just playing on the staircase. I'm kind of staying around. Or somebody else is coming in. They got the same idea. Alright, well, if he's going to be a hero, he's not alone. Now the killer gets two of them. I'm going to go down here because she's just going to walk behind me and hit me in the back as well. Because she has a one-hit down, she can get away with that. Now I need to crawl underneath my ally so she can't push me out. Borrowed time, so she still only gets one, providing he dead hards through. And the other guy takes the BT hit. However, endgame collapse has not started, and now they have all this extra time to look for another ally. Why would he come running back in? She's right behind him. I reckon he's got decisive strike, or he has unbreakable. I want to crawl on top. I couldn't crawl on top in time. If I could crawl on top of my teammate and she picked him up, she would have got decisive strikes, giving him a window to be able to get the save on me. Looks like the solo queue guy is just waiting in front of the exit gate. This just goes to show you the power of no one escapes death. The killer tunneled 2 people the entire game. I don't think they got any hooks, and now they walk away with multiple kills because of one perk. It's the equivalent of decisive strike, in my opinion, but I know a lot of people will disagree with that. So what do we know? We know we've reset the entire timer right now. I have 120 seconds till I'm dead. I also know I've got one teammate looking for the totem. I got one teammate who picked himself up through unbreakable or through decisive strike because he became the obsession. It was decisive. This means that I'm the only one in the basement right now, and she is coming back down to make sure I'm alone. Now these guys have a lot of time. Yeah, good job, Dylan. You're doing good. These guys have a lot of time to look around and find the totem. There can only be so many spots. When I attempt to Kobe or get off the hook by holding M1, this will cut 20 seconds off my life. I don't really want to cut 20 seconds off my life, so I'd rather let the 60 seconds pass and then press the spacebar key for another additional 60 seconds. This is going to prolong my life for as long as possible, therefore being 120 seconds, while hopefully being able to let these guys find the totem. Still got the solo queue guy walking around. Hasn't really done much. I mean, he'd be better off looking for the totem. She really wants this one kill, and I think my teammate on the far right-hand side of the board has found the totem, and that might be the victory bell. Do keep in mind my allies do need to be healed. This girl should be a little more ambitious now that she can't go down in one hit, and the killer will most likely be standing on top of the staircase so nobody can get past. So they need to group, they need to heal, and they need to come in as one. Teammates asking for the heal from the solo queue gamer. Let's see if she does it in time. You need to do it. Alright, remember, if they save me, we can still trade, providing nobody is on death hook here. Bill's coming in, he tried a dead hard play. Did he make it work? Yes, he did. He got it to work, and he didn't go down. He didn't have borrowed time. That's unfortunate. So I essentially just got farmed off hook then, but it was my only chance of success. If Bill had a perk called Borrowed Time, they could have saved me from an inevitable death. However, the killer might think I have Decisive Strike, and I still do have another second chance here. Or the killer's gonna risk it and pick me up. Let's find out. If I don't crawl out of the basement, she might just think, they're all grouped, they're all healed. They all need to run down here and then make a full group squad play, which is exactly what I think is going to happen right now. I can't crawl up these stairs. This is my only play. She's clearly waiting on the stairs or just at the top. We need to make an incredibly good play here if I'm going to get out of this. Bill looking for the trade. I dead-hearted then too. That's unfortunate. Hoping my other teammate's coming in. Walk right past him. Good. Coming in with another body block. Taking another hit in the back. Looks like the squad might actually make it out. However, she does have her phase active right now. So it is just literally a run for the exit. First in, first serve. Hoping Bill has his dead hard. Looks like the killer walks away with no kills. With camping with NOED in that situation. I understand why they camp based on the fact the exit gates were powered. But it just goes to show you, me going to the basement and saving my teammate did turn out. However, if Bill had a perk called Borrowed Time, that would have went much better and a lot more smoother. So anyways, guys, GG's well played. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching this one over at YouTube, it just goes to show you the power behind NOED, how strong that perk actually is, as well as why you shouldn't overcommit to your chases as killer. That being said, guys, well played, and I will see you in the fog in the next video. Have a good one.